Hello guys, it's Amy with Lulu Bean Designs. Welcome. Happy, what day is it? I always forget. Tuesday? It's Tuesday, I think. Y'all don't look at my hair because I haven't dried it today. I did not feel like doing anything to my hair today, and the lighting in here is horrible. But you didn't come to see me. You came to see the painting, right? Yeah. How is everyone doing? I hope y'all are having a wonderful Tuesday. I am back at the river here in Virginia and getting everything ready for the group for SVG Clubhouse because tomorrow is the first day of February, which is crazy. And so you guys that are members will get all your files in your email first thing tomorrow morning. So that's exciting. And we are finishing up painting them. Normally I'm not still painting at this point because this is very late in the game, but those of y'all who have heard, my mother has been in the hospital here in Virginia, and I had to fly home to make sure that she was okay. She is doing wonderful. Thank you for all your sweet, kind words and prayers. She's actually going home today, so she is super excited about that. So I am here at the river, and I have all my paint stuff, and I have everything cut out. I had two volunteer painters this month who very graciously painted the two of the other files for me for February. So I'm gonna pull those up on the screen and show you guys. So this month, oh, and let me tell you, the reason why I am live showing people who are not actually in the club this door hanger is because the doors are opening on Tuesday to new members. So if you want to join SVG Clubhouse when we open next week, when you join, you will get all of the February files. You will also be getting 4 bonus files. I don't have pictures ready of the blanks yet to show you guys, but I'm gonna be live all next week painting. So Monday, I'm gonna be painting the shaker file for February. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I'm gonna be live painting all 4 bonus files. So if you're already a member, you always get the bonus files for free. So I know some of y'all probably ask me, you know, if you're in the club already, do you get the bonus files? Yes, always. So they'll be in your email Tuesday. Like you'll get the February files tomorrow morning because it's February 1st, but you'll get the bonus files on Tuesday morning when the doors open. So it'll be a separate email. What else do I need to tell you guys? If you want to get on the wait list, click the link in the video description or go to svgclubhouse.com. It's scrolling at the bottom of your screen to make sure you don't miss out, because on Tuesday when we open, if you are joining next week, you're going to want to join Tuesday because that's the only day that you can get all 4 bonus files. So I always give all 4 bonuses, or however many bonuses we do. This time we have 4 bonuses. I always give everybody who joins the first day gets all of them. Every day after that, one of them gets dropped. So if you want all 4 of the February files and 4 bonus files, 8 files, join on Tuesday, okay? You guys, please comment and say hey and tell me a little bit about what you are doing today, because I don't see any comments and I see people watching. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm not missing your comments. So just say hi and tell me what's going on today and what you're doing. Let me real quick pull up before I start painting. So you can see this month's theme is happy birthday. So we're doing all birthday files this month, taking a break from like holiday themes. So today we're painting this door hanger, and I'm going to show you the pictures of the other files. So this is our shelf sitter set. So I'm going to try to match. So Leanne and Kelly did the shelf sitter and the tiered tray set that I'm about to show y'all. They painted those for me this month. They did a beautiful job. They stuck with kind of the same color scheme, and I'm going to try to stick with that color scheme today on this door hanger. So I'll tell you what colors I'm going to be using. And this is the tiered tray set. How cute are these, you guys? I'm super excited about them. The tiered tray set, the number 6 that's on the hat, you get all numbers 0 through 9, so that you can do whatever combinations of numbers you need, so that you can put whatever birthday year you want on that hat. So she just happened to choose 6. I think she said her daughter was turning 6, so she made the tiered tray set for her for a decoration. Okay, so those are the 2 files that have been done so far, and then we're gonna have a shaker file. This is our shaker, and I'm gonna do this one live for y'all on Monday. I'll be blah, blah, blah. I can't talk. I'll be back in Louisiana on Monday. Well, I'll be back in Louisiana on Friday, but I'll be there on Monday so I can go live from there. And that will be, usually I go live at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I think that's what time I'm going to be live on Monday to make the shaker card. So if you've never made a shaker, join me on Monday and watch because it's really, really fun. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing any comments. Okay, I do see some comments coming in. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Connie. How are y'all doing? Getting ready to head back to the Laser to Cut in Florida. Hello from Omaha. Very cool. Thank y'all for commenting. So I know that people are watching. Okay, so I've got everything cut out. I think I might use a backer that I already painted because I found it in my room here at the river when I was going through some craft supplies that I left down here, and it's the colors that I want. So I actually think I'm just going to go ahead and use, I'll show you, it's just like a gray and white stripe because it goes with this. And I was like, this will be perfect. This round is actually an irregular. I don't know if you saw, like the bottom has a little flaw right here. It got cut off. Sometimes when I'm going live, I grab my imperfect cuts to make live, just because I'm not going to be, selling those or anything. So let me see though. I think I might use this other circle. This is an 18-inch circle, and I do need to touch it up a little bit. There's a little bit of smudge here, but that's no big deal. But as you know, for our door hanger files, if you are a Glowforge user or if you have a small laser that you can't cut a full-size 18-inch door hanger out with your machine, I give you in your file, you always get like a split version of this. So you get the 18-inch one with the shiplap lines and the holes. Okay, so if you opt to not do the shiplap lines, that's fine. If you don't want holes in your door hanger, just tell your program to ignore them, but they're there as an option for you, okay? But I also give you the option for the split version, which is where it's split down the middle and the split is hidden in a shiplap line so you can't see it. And then it's got a thing on the back that you can put on that holds it together. So that way you can make a full-size 18-inch door hanger without a pass-through door. So if you want that option, it is always in the file for my door hangers. We started doing that last spring. We started adding that option to all the door hangers. So, okay, so I've got this painted in just like a medium gray and white, and I did like a little bit of black, just kind of, not, it's rustic. It's rustic, y'all. So I just kind of did very light little lines of black on there because I just wanted it to look kind of whimsical. I'm going to touch it up with some white just where it's smudged, even though probably the stuff I'm putting on this door hanger is going to cover that up anyway. I don't know. Let's just make sure. So I picked out some colors that I thought would go with my what my volunteers use this month. So we have Indian turquoise. These are deco art. Bubblegum pink. Gray sky. And my favorite, purple cow. Not my favorite. My favorite, sea breeze, but purple cow. The purple cow has really good coverage, so it's like one of my favorite colors. And then this one is a folk art color, but I wanted to match that bright yellow color in the shelf sitter set. So this is folk art, and it's called Sunny Yellow, and it's 509E if you need the number, because folk art has like numbers for their colors. So, and they sell both of those. I believe they sell both of those at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. All right, so let me just touch this backer up here with a little bit of white. I'm over my cold, but I still have that like scratchy voice and occasional cough. So sorry if I'm like clearing my throat and all of that annoying stuff. All right, I'm gonna have to put a couple coats on there to cover that up. And we'll just set that aside to dry. But yeah, this is just a medium gray color. I can't remember what I used on it when I painted it in white. Okay, so then we've got a birthday hat, a present, a cake, and some balloons. So let's do all of these. And I am going to pop that picture up here because I want to kind of go with the color scheme here. Okay, so for the hat, we're going to do the yellow, the turquoise, the pink, and the gray for the hat. That'll be cute. Okay. Let me make this big so y'all can see. And I know it's sideways because this is the only camera angle that I can really do. And I know you can see my computer. Let me try to push it like back a little bit. But this is the best camera angle that I can do with the setup that I have here at the kitchen table. Sorry, my paint needs to be shaken up. All right. Hello, Julie. Hello from Wyoming. Woke up to, oh God, negative 27. Oh, girl. I don't think I could do negative 27. I can barely do 27. I cannot imagine. I've never lived anywhere where it gets that cold. That is just, honestly, it's unimaginable to me. I don't even know what that would feel like. I mean, here I am feeling like I'm freezing in Virginia because it's warmer in Louisiana. And it's not even that cold here in Virginia right now. It's rainy today, but it's not like freezing cold. All right, pink, turquoise. This is a pretty yellow color. It's cheerful. And I'm using my brushes that I got at Walmart last time I was here because I couldn't, I didn't have my brushes and I ran out and I got these ones that have like the grippy. Can y'all see that? They have like the little grippy things on them. I know you've seen them. They're in every craft store. They're like Crafter's Choice. They're very nice to paint with. Hey, Deetra, how are you? I'm so glad all you ladies are watching today. Let's see. So if you are not already in the club, I'm going to go over what our club membership includes. So SVG Clubhouse, guys, like I said, it opens next Tuesday. I probably should have put some white under this pink. It's kind of thin. And we only open a few times a year. And what it is it is my private membership group where you get 4 exclusive files every month that are not for sale in my Etsy shop. We changed the rules a little bit recently. I used to say they're never for sale. But the problem with that is that the membership portal can't house but so many files over a period of time. And now that the club has been open for a couple of years, it's starting to get full. So I'm saying that the files are exclusive for a year. And honestly, it's really more than a year. But as it fills up, I have to like dump months. So I have to get months out of the membership portal and go ahead and put them on Etsy. And when I say Etsy, I also mean my private, my website. I'm going to start selling my files on Etsy and on my website. So that's going to be something that's new for 2023. And so they're at least a year, probably closer to a year and a half, honestly, that those files are exclusive and they don't go for sale in my Etsy shop. So you have to be a member to get them. And the 4 files that we do every month kind of vary. Usually it is, we always do a door hanger. And we either do a tiered tray file or a shelf sitter set. I was doing tiered trays every single month, but some people don't use tiered trays. Some people are not tiered tray people. So I'm only doing the tiered trays like maybe every other month to just make room for other files that people want. So we'll do shakers. We'll do the new sandwich boards that I make. We're doing those. One of the bonus files next week is a birthday sandwich board, and that's really cute. It goes with all this other birthday stuff. What did I say? Shakers. We do ornaments. We do banners. The engraved background signs. I can't get this paint open, y'all. Hold on. Yes, I'm using my teeth. Thank you, Deetra. She says y'all need to join. It is really fun. We have a good time. We do a live paint party every month. Next Monday, when I do the Shaker File Live, that is our paint party for February, by the way, y'all. So if you want to cut out your file and have it ready, those of y'all who are already in the club, if you want to like cut it out and paint with me, I hope that you will do that. I don't know that this blue is the color that I wanted. I might need it to be a little bit of a more of a turquoise and not a blue. Hold on, let me see if I can find a little bit darker to maybe mix with it or something. I don't have all my colors down here. Okay, so this is what I've got to work with. I have an apple barrel color called Bahama Blue, which looks like, whoops, I'm holding up to the camera that y'all can't see. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to figure out where to hold this that you can see it. Let's turn it that way. Okay, Bahama Blue, which looks like sea breeze, the color sea breeze that I normally use, that's deco art. So I might mix these two colors. This one's not open either. I need a pair of tweezers or a knife or something. All right, let's see what this one looks like. Okay, that is a little bit brighter. So here's the difference between the two colors. If you can see it in the light, this one has a little touch more green in it. So this is the one that's the Bahama Blue. I'm going to use that one instead of the Indian turquoise. Indian turquoise does not look so turquoise to me. It looks like almost like a little bit darker than a baby blue. All right, and I'm going to do some gray here and gray here just to mix a little gray in to this. Okay. Oh, and the big thing that you get as a member is 50% off all my files all the time. So that is probably the biggest perk of the membership group. So the membership is only $15 a month. You can quit at any time. There's no obligation. But if you purchase a year, you get a discount. So if you sign up for a whole year, and then you can also once you get into the club, you as a member, you have the option of purchasing the past month's files. So if you get in there and you see some cute ones that were club files before you joined, members are allowed to purchase those. This is Gray Sky. All right, and then I'm doing yellow for, like, this goes on top of here. It's just the little poofy thing that, goes on top of the birthday hat, just to give it a little dimension. It's a 3D piece. So you don't need to paint the part that's underneath it, obviously. I cut all these out of 1/4 inch with my handy dandy Thunder Laser. You can always cut door hanger attachments out with a Glowforge. I know Glowforge cuts 1/4 inch, but I know some of y'all tell me you don't cut 1/4 inch with your Glowforge. You prefer to do the 1/8 just because it's slow. You can do door hanger attachments out of 1/8 inch. That's fine. But I would probably do the backer out of 1/4 inch. And if you can't cut 1/4 inch, I do sell the backers in my Etsy shop, and the shiplap and the smooth. And I do all different sizes too, if you need them. Oops. This would be cute with a puff ball. Yes, it would. Yeah, if you go get those puff balls at the craft store and put them on instead of this little doodad, absolutely, that would be adorable. You could do a lot with this, honestly. You could use ribbon. Like, instead of this bow on this little present, you could put a little bow, like ribbon on top of there. That would be super cute. You could decorate the cake. I don't have any of the I'm losing my words today, y'all. Puffy paint. I don't have any puffy paint with me, but it would be really cute if you used puffy paint on this. I don't think I have puffy paint down here. I'm pretty sure I don't. I wish I did. I wish I had at least white. So yeah, that would be really cute if you did polka dots with puffy, like white puffy paint or any color you want. You could do so many different colors. We have an ice cream. We have an ice storm schools canceled kind of day. Oh, okay. I thought you said ice cream there for a minute. All right, just touching up these colors one more time to make them a little bit brighter. And then we'll come back and do some highlights on all the pieces at the end. I love going to the craft store and finding little three-dimensional doodads to put on things, on like tier trays and door hangers and all kinds of stuff. I just think it's fun to find like little, little puffs and felt cutouts and sprinkles and glitter, and I just love it. I love like finding all that stuff to put on my projects. It just makes it fun. Oh, is my glue clogged? No, it's not clogged. I have my giant stick fast glue here, y'all. Why is my hand so shaky today? All right, there we go. We'll let that piece dry. And let's do our present. All right, let's take a peek over here at, all right, so purple and pink for the present. Okay, that's cute. So we're going to get our purple cow out. I have too many paintbrushes in here, y'all. I should not have put all these paintbrushes in here. I basically use like the same 2 paintbrushes the entire time, yet I feel the need to have like 12 paintbrushes in my little water jar. Are y'all like that? So my daughter goes to school in town and she is coming down here to the river tonight, and we are going to work on our crochet together. I have not crocheted in years and I just started back up again. It's one of those things that I love to do, but then I get busy and I put it aside, and then it'll be like a year later and I'll pick it back up and I'll forget what I was doing. And I get so mad at myself that I do that, but I'm awful about it. So I'm basically learning it all over again for probably the 3rd time. I'm going to do a little white. There's pink mixed in it, but I had pink on my brush. I was getting ready to do pink on here, and I thought I'm going to mix this with a little bit of white because it'll make the pink go on better. But I'm going to come back and do like full strength pink here in just a minute. And then I'm doing purple on the bow. Oops, I'm trying to stay in the trying to figure out where I can go to be in the camera for y'all. This is crazy. Where do I need to go? I need to go over here. I need to go like way over here, closer to y'all. That's what needs to happen. This camera setup always confuses me because I don't need to be where I think I need to be for y'all to see, if that makes any sense at all. So what else is everyone doing today? Are y'all at work? Are y'all at home? What is going on today? All right, I'm taking the end of my paintbrush and I'm just doing some little polka dots in white. And they're kind of different sizes, just depending on how much paint I have on my brush here. And I like that. I think that's kind of interesting looking. Since I don't have puffy paint, all right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and glue this bow on. This is a very loved bottle of glue, y'all. Don't judge. It is funky looking. No judgment. I'll hold this up so y'all can see it better here in just a minute. All right, and then I'm going to do some more little polka dots. The colors never look as vivid on the screen as they do in real life, so I'll be sure and post a picture of this when I'm done, because they look much brighter in person. Okay, set that one aside to dry, and then we've got our cake. And once again, I'm going to peek at that picture and see what she did with her cake. Okay, so we're going to match that gray, turquoise, purple with yellow decorations. All right. They don't have to match, but I just thought it would be cute if they did. And I can actually get paint on here because these are 3D pieces and they're going to cover that up. So if this looks sloppy, it's because it's going to be covered up. So don't worry that I'm making a big mess on my project here. Okay, and then our turquoise. And the same thing with that. We don't have to be super neat. It's like decorating a cake, y'all. All right, and then we're going to try to get in these lines. I don't have my Posca pens, but I would absolutely be using my Posca pens if I had them here. So I'm just being real dainty with these candles. You can't really see these candles, but I'll hold them up and show y'all when we're done. But the lines are scored on there, and I'm trying to stay in the lines, which I highly recommend an angled brush if you're going to have to do this with a brush. It does help. Just got really quiet. The heat cut off. All right, and then some of this color on the candles. And then I'm doing yellow up here on the top because, you know, it's like the flame. All right. And then I'm going to do yellow on my icing pieces here. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and put my icing on my cake. Even though it's wet, because I'm impatient and I want to see it on there. Okay, and I'm going to do some highlights on there, but that is, all right, where can I put it that y'all can see? Gosh, this is so frustrating. There we go. I know it's upside down though. Here, let's try this. Oh, look at that. iPhone cameras are so weird, y'all. It's like the opposite of what you think I should do. And everything I do is backwards to the camera. I know y'all are like, what in the world? But I swear. All right, like that. And then like that and like that. There we go. There's where it needs to be. Okay. You see those candles? The little stripes are scored. All right, and we'll highlight those again here in just a few minutes. Now let's do our balloons. All right, I think I'm going to do a yellow. No, let's do a pink one and a turquoise one. All right, so I'm going to do some white first just to make my pink pop. Is anybody watching 1923? We just finished watching it the other night and I thought it was so good. I just love the whole Yellowstone series. Move this over so y'all can see better. And this would be a cute set to use some cardstock if you wanted to Mod Podge some cardstock on to some of these pieces. This would be a cute set for that. It's on my watch list. Is it any good? Yes, it's excellent. So, so good. So we're caught up, and the next episode doesn't come out until February 5th. All right. And then I think I'm going to need a little bit more pink on there, but we'll wait just a minute for it to dry. All right. And then these little guys are just like the little reflections on the balloons. So I'm just going to do those in white. Need a little bitty brush. I hate waiting on the next episode or episodes. I'm impatient. I know, so do I. I actually didn't know when I was watching it that I was on the last episode, and I was so bummed. We fell as well, I fell asleep. I was so tired, and we stopped in the middle of an episode, or I thought it was the middle of the episode. I wasn't even paying attention to how far into the episode I was because we were just watching them back to back. And I went to bed, and then the next night we turned it back on, and we literally were like 5 minutes from the end of that episode, and it was the last episode because we just weren't paying attention. So yeah, I was really bummed too. But then I saw it said February 5th. They were coming out with more. So this paint actually dries pretty quick. I think I need a few more minutes though. All right. So these are just like little shiny baubles, doodads, whatever you want to call them, that go on the door hanger. And so I'm just going to paint them just some of the colors that coordinate with the other colors that we're using. Y'all probably can't see that. Here we go. Little reflections, whatever you want to call them, just to make it look whimsical. And then we'll do our lettering and our highlighting. All right. I think I can probably go ahead and put some more pink on there. Brighten that up just a tad. Okay, and then let's see, our happy birthday. I'm going to do, I'm trying to think if I want to mix up the colors or not. What do y'all think? Should I mix up the colors or should I just stick with one color for each word? Purely out of laziness, I kind of want to make one word purple because this purple is one coat coverage. So I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do happy in purple. I should have done birthday in purple because that's the long word. Thank you, Deetra. It's fun. I like this font. It's perfect for birthday. And it's a nice thick font that you don't feel like you have to use a little tiny brush. I didn't even switch brushes. I'm just using the same brush I was using for everything else. Ooh, ombre letters. Maybe I'll do that with the birthday word. That would be cute. So do you mean ombre in two different colors or like lighter to darker of the same color? Or three different colors or like different colors or the same color, but just different shades? All right, we got to touch up this turquoise. Okay, there's our cute little balloons. And then I'm going to polka dot these purple letters. Just an easy way to add a little interest. And anytime you do something like polka dot or ombre or plaid or whatever, I feel like it draws the eye away from imperfections. It's kind of like the accents. The accents draw your eyes away from any imperfections. And normally I try to space my polka dots out pretty even, but not for this type of polka dot. I'm just kind of all over the place with this kind. Okay. Now, that might be too tiny of a brush. I need a little brush, but not that tiny of a brush. Let's see. Maybe this one. All right, and we need some black. Where's my black? I'm just doing just some lines and some dots. Nothing too intentional looking, just sort of, to give it just a little bit of interest, just like that. And with this one, I'm just going to kind of follow the lines on the hat. Okay, and then we're going to go back and we'll do a little bit of white on there too. Let's see. All right, just like that. And I don't know that this needs any more white. It kind of has enough white, but that's turn around that way so y'all can see it, not upside down. That's our little present. And then I'm going to switch off same brush, little tiny wispy brush, and do some white. And I always do black first because the white is the lighter color. And so you don't want to cover up the white with the black. So you can have white like slightly overlapping the black, but not really the other way around, if that makes sense. I'm just very, very light with it. And if the black and white blend a little bit, I think that looks nice. I'm not worried about the blending. I think it kind of gives it a little depth. Okay. All right, so all those are done. So we need to do the birthday word. I'm going to try the ombre, but I'm trying to think what ombre color combo I want to do. I got to go way over here so y'all can see. I know part of this is not in the camera, but okay. All right, so we have purple polka dots for happy, and we're putting it on top of a gray and white background. So how about turquoise blended into purple. Or should we do pink blended into purple? Maybe pink blended. So pink on the top blending down to purple and white in the middle. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put white, like kind of like a stripe of white across the middle first. This is not always how I do this, but I think for the letters that we have and the colors that I'm using, I think this will work. So just sort of going across the middle of these letters with white. I know you can't see the last three letters, but I'm doing the same thing for those that I did for the others. All right, so pink on the top. So I'm not even gonna rinse my brush. I'm just gonna go straight into pink and I'm gonna do this. And I'm just kind of blending the pink into the white. And I'm not being very intentional about this. I'm being very just kind of sloppy, kind of just because I don't want defined lines. And if you have too defined of a line, you can always go back. I'm actually wanting this pink to be a little darker, so I'm going back to brighten it up some. And I'm going to probably have to blend with a little bit of white. Or just a wet brush. That might work. All right, now if I just get my brush wet, I can blend wherever there's too defined of a line. All right, I think that's gonna be pretty. All right, and then on the bottom, I'm still debating if I wanna do purple. We did purple for happy, so maybe we will do the turquoise. I don't know. I'm not crazy about the coverage of the turquoise. I think I'm just gonna stick with the purple. I think that'll be pretty. And that way those two will be our dominant colors in the whole design. That justifies me using purple again, right? All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm getting purple on my brush, but I'm also getting a little bit of white on there. And if I see I don't have enough white in the middle, then I'm just going back and I'm picking up a little bit more white. But I'm not re-wetting my brush. For this one, I'm actually picking up some pink up here. Okay. I think that does it. Now I did get some paint on the sides. Yes, I do normally clean that up. I'm probably not going to clean it up on camera today because that's just going to take up a bunch of time. But normally I take a black Sharpie, I do a brush tip Sharpie, and I go back and I clean up my edges. Don't use a brown Sharpie. It does not work. It's not the right shade of brown. I have tried it. All right. I hope that ombre is what y'all had in mind. I'm going to go ahead and put this door hanger together. All right, let me see if this little imperfection is going to get covered up in my design or not. I think it is. I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, it's going to be hidden behind the candles. It depends on where you put all your stuff and how low you put it. It's kind of up to you guys how low you want to put this. Just make sure that you lay everything out and you have room for your words at the top before you glue everything down. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let me see if I can get this. Sorry if I'm making y'all dizzy. All right, my camera wants to tip over. Hold on, let me put something heavy on the back of the tripod. There we go. All right, hold on, I'm going to move this so y'all can see it better. And then I'll turn it sideways so y'all can see it like that too. All right, so I'm just positioning everything on here. Ideally, let them dry first. This is a little bit too far over to the side. Hold on. Make sure everything is kind of centered. This is a whimsical design, so, you know, if it's not perfectly centered, it's not, you know, a huge deal. Try to line up the bottoms of your letters. But it's definitely a more whimsical font, so a little off kilter is not going to be the end of the world, right? Hold on. I want this to be like that. That's what I want. You just have to play with it a little bit. I might have to move this down just a tad. But these fit together, these bottom pieces here, they fit together like a puzzle, except for like the hat. The hat really doesn't need to, it just kind of goes next to the present. But the other three like have little notches where they fit together. So, and I like to use shiplap backers because it helps me to keep my letters kind of straight. All right, so now we're going to move this birthday down just a hair here. Got to figure out, like, maybe we'll turn him that way some. Just figure out how you want it. I'm not right over top of it because I'm, you know, I can't be with the camera angle. So it's hard for me to see if it's like truly where I want it. So I'm not going to glue it down on camera for y'all. I think I probably need to move everything over just a hair more this way for birthday. And then I'll turn it so y'all can see it. I think the birthday was too far over to the right. That's a little bit better. I might need to play with it a little bit more, but this is what we have. That's our happy birthday sign, y'all. How cute is that? I love it. All right, well, I will get this all glued down. Make sure there's no more questions. Okay, so if you are interested in SVG Clubhouse, like I said, the doors open Tuesday, but be sure to go ahead and click the link in the video description or go to svgclubhouse.com and get on the wait list to be notified when the doors open, because you definitely want to join the first day, which is next Tuesday, so that you get all 4 bonus files, you guys. So thank you for joining me today, and I will see you again on Monday to make our shaker set. I'll talk to you then. Have a great week. Bye.